Today I'd like to go over some applications utilizing the wa-uke technique from our Uechi-Ryu kata. And we're going to be using this outside of a blocking scenario and more in a grab defense scenario. So to start with, if Preston grabs me with this hand here, I have a few options on how I practice this technique. So to get out of a technique more easily, I'm going to be doing my circle block in the direction of his thumb. So his thumb's on this side of the hand here. So I'm going to be taking my wa-uke, making sure I'm locked into sanchin so I have better leverage and control, coming upwards to sanchin and turning the hand over to my grab position. Now obviously Preston's cooperating with me, which is good for just starting off the practice. I'm just going to come up here and pull away. As I practice this, I can try different styles of movement with that. So I could be doing this technique, make it more of a snap, step back out of it. Or I could utilize the leverage in my sanchin and come forward with it. Either way, one thing to remember whenever you're practicing any type of grab defense is that some people just have a wicked strong grip. So keep in mind, you may have to loosen the person up first, whether that's by striking them in the face, kicking their leg, or probably the simplest way is striking their hand, especially towards the thumb, because without the thumb, you can't hold on to anything. So Preston has me here. Maybe I strike the hand first, maybe I strike at him, but I'm coming up, turning my hand, and I'm just trying to strip it away from the thumb, whether it's coming backward this way, hit, forward this way. If we're going across, this is still talking about going with the direction of the thumb. His thumb is in this direction, so actually I'm going to have my hand back for a second. My block will be now going like this, like we're doing a crane block, or just a reverse wa-uke. So here, my hand's coming around this direction, a little tighter please, coming around and back, or coming around and forward. So I'm just trying to do that with the direction of his thumb. And just like the other side, maybe I just have to snap the technique. Maybe I move myself with his thumb, maybe I move away from his thumb here because maybe he could strike me with that hand. But either way, I'm coming around and I'm getting back into my sanchin position, always utilizing my leverage of my sanchin positioning and how my body moves to get better control over the situation. So now let's talk about utilizing this technique going in the opposite direction of the thumb. So if Preston grabs me here, if I go this way, he's going to be stronger. That's going to be a tougher way to get out of it. His thumb's still engaged. But I can set myself up for utilizing other types of grab defense. Maybe I can put him into a joint lock. Maybe I come around here. I'm positioned, can you shift this way a little bit? I'm positioning his wrist into an awkward position, and I can bring my hand down and snap forward. Feel free to tap out when you feel pain. Yeah. So here, I bring my arm around. I'm putting myself in sanchin, making sure he can't let go of this hand here. I'm going to twist his arm and snap down. Again, control, control, and down. You can do the same type of wrist lock going across. Now I'm going to be doing my wa-uke in a standard fashion, still controlling the hand. This technique will only work if this is bent, so you may have to position yourself. And I'm going to bring my hands forward while keeping my elbows strong in sanchin, just moving slightly down. Again, from here, I control his hand, bring it over, lock, twist, and always respect your partner tapping because this technique does not feel good. So a quick review, we have going across here, going with the thumb, back to sanchin. Across here, going with the thumb to sanchin. Going against the thumb, coming around, control. You might see my elbow positioning, I'm strong. And then across here, going with the block, regular wa-uke, down. So some things to think about is, are they grabbing your hand, your skin, or are they grabbing clothing? So when you're practicing this technique, you want to practice with varying levels of pressure, so you can apply it with someone really grabbing you, or maybe just someone tries to grab you real fast and just get out of it. Or they grab you really hard. Maybe he even grabs my uniform. Maybe he even grabs my uniform. So what am I going to do here? I can't necessarily get that wrist lock on. It's just not going to work. But I can still try to get myself into a position of strength. Sorry.
It's all good.
Here. Get myself into a position of strength. He has a good grip there. Utilize my sanchin leverage. Maybe I can try to get him up into an armbar position. Or maybe I can just, he goes to grab my gi, I just get away so I can strike and disengage. So what drill I like to do with my students in class, I just like to have them go back and forth, grabbing at each other and working these techniques under the very levels of pressure. So we'll start off super light. I'm going to go to grab Ryan here. He just does something. Okay, and he goes to me. Here, I just do something. I go to him. He goes to me. So that was level 1. Level 2, we start adding a little more intensity to it. I try to grab him a little harder. So I grab Ryan. He's good in good Sanchin position. He grabs me. Okay. I grab him. Oh, nice. We go back and forth. And then the third level, we let our partner grab us and we let them try to control us. So if I grab Ryan, I'm not just going to hold him here, because I probably wouldn't just grab Ryan and just stand here for a while. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm going to grab Ryan. I'm going to try to take him with me, and he has to do something. Ryan goes to grab me, tries to control me, move me somewhere, and I counter that. And just go back and forth with your partner. Here, pull, okay. He goes to me. Utilize your Sanchin and get in position where you can use your techniques effectively. And practice them, like I said, under various levels of pressure. Maybe even working your technique where you grab, you pull, and you're trying to have the person strike at the same time. Or you have 2 hands grabbed, or you have 2 hands on 1 hand. And all these techniques will work with these types of drills, and there's just many options you can explore while you're practicing them. So some examples of the 2-hand grabs. Ryan grabs me 2 hands. I can still utilize coming up in Sanchin using my wa-uke. Grab again. I can still come around this way. It just is going to be a little harder. One trick I like to use is someone's really strong. Grip me as hard as you can. Ryan's got a strong grip, and it's hard for me to get out of that necessarily. Use your partner's momentum against them and their strength against them. That's a very natural reaction where if I go to bring my hands inward, Ryan will try to pull my hands back out. If I go to push out with my hands, Ryan's going to try to push my hands back in. So if I keep going in, out, in, out, in, out, I can get myself into that position utilizing his strength against him and minimizing the amount of effort I'd put into it. Even just wiggling your hands like this a little bit, as weird as it looks, will help. Get myself in a good position, and you can get back out. If someone's grabbing you 2 hands on 1, one thing to keep in mind with this, and this always depends on the level of resistance or violence you're going to bring back to them, is I have a hand free. So I can be striking Ryan. If they have another person that's doing this with them, it's a 2-on-1 attack. My options are limited. Obviously, I have to deal with that and this. But right now, I have options on what I can do as a defense. But if I'm just trying to get out of this position here, I can still give me a little resistance. I can still utilize my karate to come back into my wa-uke, utilize my Uechi-Ryu, using my leverage. I just have to move myself more. Here, bring my hand up to Sanchin. Place my hand on his elbow, on his tricep, control down. The opposite direction may not work as effectively, but it's still an option. Here, I have my Sanchin, my wa-uke here, so as I come up, get him down. We're utilizing our crane, we're utilizing our wa-uke. Do that again. Here, I'm doing this. This hand, let go for a second, is doing this. Control, control, control the head down. So we're utilizing our weapons of Uechi-Ryu, our circular blocks, our crane blocks, to effectively get out of the situation. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you with your self-defense techniques that are within your Uechi-Ryu kata and Bunkai. And please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.